Hi, so I'm going to do protocol number 5, and I'm going to go through each goal. I'm going to talk about it, and then I'm going to talk about how I would collect data on each one, and then, yeah, so hope you enjoy. Alright, so with protocol number 5, A will follow 1 to 2 step directions given minimal cues with 90% accuracy. So with this one, I would most likely use this game. It would be learning resources from Learning Essentials, Fox in the Box. I got them off of Amazon. It's mostly good for prepositions, and it can be good for following directions too because it has a lot of toys and items in it. And if a therapist doesn't have that, you can also use toys because kids love toys, and this is how you can get their attention. And so first I would go off of following 1-step direction to see where he's at or she's at, mostly getting a baseline data out of that. And so I would start off with them picking the objects they want to play with. So whether it be balls, cars, Paw Patrol figures, sticks, and blocks. And if you don't really have toys or like any fun essential things, you can use like paper, pencils, pens, but it's good to like have toys and more energetic things to get them engaged. And so first off, I will start off with 1-step directions. So say they wanted to play with the ball. So I'd say, can you put the ball under the table? And if they're having a difficult time or this is their first time doing this direction, I would physically put the ball under the table and say, can you put the ball under the table? I'm going to put the ball under the table. Now, can you put the ball under the table? And so giving that visual and like one-on-one connection with them, giving direct models and verbal models, and then recasting it. I put the ball under the table. You can't see it. Something like that, and making it fun. And then once they master that part, I would go with 2-step directions. This time it may be like their first time doing it. So it would be good to like give them visual models throughout the whole thing. And if it's not the first time, just like still collect data and make sure that you are saying, oh, this is their first time, oh, they've been working on this and they've been having difficulty. We have been giving them verbal models, visual models, direct models, and a lot of cueing, just describing it in the data collection and in the SOAP note. So with 2-step directions, you can use different color balls, or you can use like a ball and a car. If they are unsure about colors, it's not good to do like, can you put the green ball under the table and the yellow ball on top of the table? Where if they're like having trouble with colors, it's not good to work on colors if they're having difficulty with it. So it's good to like work on something that they know, like a ball and a car. So I may provide them a model first to show them what I'm looking for. Like, I'm going to put the car on top of the table and the ball under the table. And I give them that visual. And then I'm going to have them, can you put the ball on top of the table and the car under the table? And so on and so forth. And then goal number 3, I'm going to skip down and then go back up. So goal number 3 is to demonstrate understanding of spatial concepts and under with 90% accuracy. So this one, you can use toys, you can use the Amazon toy thing I've done, or you can use many different things. So I'm going to provide a visual sheet for them so it can give them a better understanding, and I'll go through each one of the concepts. And so it'll be in, on, under, next to, behind, above, between, in front of. So with this one, it's good to talk about or provide about 2 to 3 concepts. If you go like more than like 5, it may confuse them, especially if you go like behind, between, or behind, beside, because the B can get them mixed up. So usually if you're working on a younger kid, it's good to work on in, under, and above, or next to, or behind. So you can do many things, but I would start off with like having 2 concepts first, and to not confuse them, like I would go in and in front, or in and under. And so basically I would do the task of like putting the ball in like a box, and I'll say, so is it in the box or under the box? And they'll have to decide. Sorry, it lights up. So is it in the box or under the box? And they can either point to it, or they can say it's in the box or it's under the box. And so that's how I would collect data. And like I'll collect data on like if they're having difficulty with under, I would want to focus on that next time, because we worked on it today. I want to work on it next time so we can get this concept mastered. Where if they're good with in at 90% accuracy, then with minimal cues, or not even no cues, then I would start off with another concept, like we'll work on under, and then we'll work on above, and so on and so forth. So yeah. And then number 2, A will identify age-appropriate vocab with minimal assistance with 90% accuracy. So this one I would use articulation cards, and I would provide 10 articulation cards, and some of these cards they might not even know, and so if they don't even know, I would not count it as incorrect per se, if like their culture doesn't know anything about it or they don't focus on it. So I would take that in consideration of like some kids may not know certain things based on what we every day know. And so appropriate vocab could be like a ball, or could be like a boat. And sometimes some kids might not even know what a boat is because they're not on the beach. They live in the mountains. They live in the middle of the United States. So they might not know what a boat is. So it's good to take in consideration of what kids should and shouldn't know based on where they're from or their culture is. So yeah. And so I would provide like 10 cards and take consideration into the personal aspect of it. But also, like, you gotta know certain things, like, you gotta know what a toothbrush is, you gotta know what a ball is, you gotta know what a drink is. So, yeah, that's how I take data. It's like, I'll provide 10 and then collect data on 10. And if they don't know, I'll provide an extra picture of something. And so, the last one is A will identify action pictures. So, I have these action cards that I bought off of Amazon. And so I would provide 10, like I said, because collecting 10 trials is good. And so they are basic pictures, like this one's washing, and this one's cooking, crying, walking, sliding, building or playing, drawing or coloring, driving, pushing, digging, and so on and so forth. So I'll provide those as my action cards, and I'll collect data on each. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.